Again, and again, and again, and again, Mr. Woods. Eight 14-23, assault of a family member. 6-9-24, violation of protective order.
Whoa, another assault charge? At this point, it feels less like bad luck and more like a pattern. What do you think? Should repeat offenders get stricter bail conditions, or do they still deserve second chances? Drop your thoughts below.
Assault bodily injury. Another assault bodily injury. February of 24, assault of a pregnant person for which you're on deferred now, and now you've picked up another case. You now stand charged with criminal mischief. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cases, all in a matter of months. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Mr. Woods.
Yes, Judge. The defendant was traveling with the complainant to go see the defendant's child with his child's mother. The defendant continued attempting to be sexual with his child's mother, and the complainant engaged in a verbal altercation with the defendant. Upon arriving home, the defendant exited the vehicle and the complainant drove to a store close to her home. The defendant took the complainant's iPad and walked and followed the complainant to the Kroger. The defendant then jumped on the complainant's hood as she was driving and struck her window multiple times with a rock, causing damage to her vehicle. Estimated damage was $300.
Who is the complaining witness in this case?
The complaining witness in this case is a Jacqueline Perry, who is the same complainant in the assault of a pregnant person.
Tell me he's not supposed to have contact with this complaining witness? Guys,
Morgan.
Mr. Woods is on deferred for assault of a pregnant person.
Yes, Judge, I'm emailing the felony prosecutor right now.
Was he, as a condition of that, not to?
No threatening, harassing, or abusive contact with the complainant in that case.
Mr. Woods, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm now sending you for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. If you fail to go take the test, if you fail to come back, I'm going to revoke your bond and I'm going to make it so high. On one ankle, I'm going to put a GPS monitor because I'm ordering you not to have contact with this person, and you've shown repeatedly that you are incapable of following bond conditions. And I'm going to put a 1,000-foot radius that you're not to have any contact with this person. You're not to have any weapons. You're not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. And I'm going to test you repeatedly so I know that you're not using, but I'm sending you now for a drug test. Like I said, you failed the test, and if you fail to come back, things will not go well. Do you understand, Mr. Woods? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Take a seat for me. Mr. Burrows, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 180 days in jail. It is probated for 12 months. As part of the probation, you will do a DWI education class, 2 victim impact panels. You must do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill those conditions. No breath test refusal, meaning if you were pulled over in a car and an officer asks you to submit a breath test, you must submit. If you don't, you're in violation of this probation. Guardian interlock, 30 hours of community service, a $100 donation, one time to Mothers Against Drunk Driving, no drugs, no alcohol. Random analysis. Is this how you understand the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, sir.
Does he have any prior DWIs?
He had one that was dismissed a long time ago, and it was no probable cause based on no alcohol consumption out of Galveston. So
Yes,
we tried
Judge.
to get a pizza at Courtroom, but it's just because of that. He had a theft when he was a kid, like 17 years old, but it was
Just one.
yeah. But he was he was 17 and he had an employee theft, and then he picked up another theft, but they didn't revoke his probation. It was like $100 from a cash register, but that was a long time ago. He's a volleyball coach. He's a good citizen. He's a good guy. He's turned his life around. His parents are here to support him. He made a mistake this night drinking. He understands that. He's taking responsibility for that. He's doing whatever he can to move forward. And he's in a financial hardship now. That's why we're asking for a reduction in the DPS fine. I've worked with him on payment plans and stuff. I'm going to waive all my fees so he can succeed. So.
The question is, at what point do you get it, Mr. Burrows? You know, you've already had one DWI dismissed. You now have another one. While you're on bond, you have bond violations. So for you to come here and tell me that you've changed and that you're a different person and this and that goes in one ear, goes out the other. I don't believe it. Actions speak louder than words. And you can lie to me, but you can't lie to yourself. You know, and your record, you know, life is hard enough being a young Black man in America today, right? And the more convictions you get, all you're doing is you're making life more difficult. With these theft cases that you get, with these DWI, I mean, it's one of the worst cases that you can possibly pick up, because these theft cases brands you as a thief, and people are scared to hire potential thieves, because I'm always going to be thinking, well, if I hire him to work for me, I know that he's got not only one prior theft, but two prior thefts. Is he going to steal from me? Same thing now happens with the DWI. You've had one dismissed, now you have another one. What's it going to take for you to get that we meet?
And here comes the turning point. The judge is laying down a no-nonsense ultimatum. Minimum 30 days in jail for any new case. Question for you: do tough warnings like this actually scare defendants straight, or do people just keep testing the system? Let me know what you think.
Business that public safety is a primary concern. And when you don't get it, and when you continue to pick up criminal cases, there are really grave consequences. You need to understand that from now on, after today, you're looking at a minimum of 30 days in jail. No, hold on a second. $90 days in jail at a minimum for any new cases you pick up here in county court. Don't matter how small it is, from now on, you are looking at a minimum of 90 days in jail. Not only that, you pick up another theft, you could be potentially charged with a felony, because they use those as a stepladder to enhance punishment. And when you don't get it, they combine all those to get up to felony court. You could be potentially facing that. You pick up another theft case as well. At some point, you got to get it. And I hope that this is it. And usually, in my experience, being here, at times when we go too easy on people, they still don't get it. You're skirting out of here today. You're getting probation. You're getting no jail time. You're not getting your license suspended. Now they want me to waive. Michael wants me to waive the fines and fees. I mean,
I think he has his family.
why would we reward? You know,
I want him to succeed, and that's what I think the problem is, that if he doesn't have the money to succeed, it's going to be very hard. He's going to try everything in his power to succeed financially. I just think that's going to be a burden on him. I took it upon myself to forego my fees, and I'm doing whatever I can to help him.
and that's great.
Yeah, I understand
Michael,
that. I just don't think he can't afford it. He physically can't afford it. We're putting the burden on his parents who are here to support him. They're in the back. They're here. he's going to be staying with them to reduce whatever fees he has to try to, get back on his feet. But he's trying, Judge. He is. He's been in constant contact with me. We talk every other day. He's literally trying. He really is. And I think if you give him a shot here, he's going to do whatever he can to, prove you wrong.
I don't have to accept this agreement. I could say, no, I don't want this. Well, I'm jail time. I will accept your agreement, Mr. Burrows, but I want you to understand that if you come back here and try to tell me that you test positive again because of makeup, that kind of excuse is such that every single person who puts makeup on gets intoxicated. Really? So if you come up here while you're on this probation and you test positive for alcohol, it tells me that you have a problem. And I'm giving you fair warning now that you will go into a rehab facility. I can amend the conditions to put you in a lockdown rehab facility for, at a minimum, 9 months to 10 months if you respond well to treatment. I will accept it, but I'm telling you now, if you test positive for whatever it may be, get ready. And I hope that and I want to read a repeat offender DWI education class. I don't want just a garden variety. Your record speaks and tells everyone in the whole world about you. So if you ever get pulled over again, you need to understand that you will probably get harassed. So if I were you, I wouldn't ever, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, a glass of wine, I wouldn't get into a car because you're begging for trouble. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, I understand.
You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, this will go on your record, Mr. Burrows. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. From now on, like I said, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. You must do your classes on time. You pick up a new case. You test positive for alcohol. You know what's going to happen. I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. I'm going to bring you back out. And we're going to talk about if you violated, if you did, how, and what the appropriate remedy will be. And it could be 180 days in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not?
Yes, sir.
You need to understand that one of the things that they're ordering you to do is a TRAS. This is an evaluation. They may assess intensive outpatient treatment. Who's done the TRAS?
They recommended IOP SOP.
Okay, I think that's a good thing, right?
May I say a word, please?
Sure thing.
Once again, I do appreciate, the second chance. When I went to jail for a year when I was 17, and that's when I was in high school. It's been 18 years ago. I've been a completely different person. I coach volleyball. I do a lot. I do give back a lot, and I do understand that this record will carry on without my life. I've already realized that, and I've been doing things a lot different. I did make a mistake. I did end up, drinking and driving. The first case, I do admit. After that, I haven't told you a lie at all. It was more than just makeup. It was paint, body paint, full transformation. I do a lot on Halloween. I did not know that was skin to my ankle, and I haven't lied to you about that. Once again, I do appreciate the second chance. I'm a lot different than what my record says that I am. That happened when I was in high school, 17, 18, I'm 35 now. I haven't been in trouble since. I know you did see DWI on there. I was leaving work, didn't have a sip of alcohol. I asked to do a breathalyzer. They wouldn't let me do a breathalyzer. That was leaving from Kima. They have an ongoing case. I didn't have a sip of alcohol. That's the reason why I got thrown out. I didn't have a sip of alcohol. I asked them to do a breathalyzer. I was being harassed for that whole month.
Talking about the first case in
Sir,
Galveston.
I was being harassed for a whole month 14 times I got pulled over. The last time before that one, I told them, I said, you know what, there's a reason why you pulling me over. And that's what I told them. The next time I got pulled over on 146. They didn't even give me a chance to even do a breathalyzer. And that's the reason why.
Notice how the defendant shifts into full damage control mode here, stressing his past and good character. But here's the real question. Do personal stories matter more than the actual charges when it comes to sentencing? I'd love to hear your take.
I got thrown out is because I asked to do a breathalyzer, they didn't take my blood, didn't take anything. They wanted to take me to jail because of some beef that's happening in between the Kima bars and Kima PD. I changed my life a lot. I didn't lie to you last time I was here. I wasn't aware that that would set off my scram device. I had super glue that I was putting up, fingernail polish remover. Last time I didn't speak because I was on my anxiety medication, so I didn't really speak, but I can speak a lot better today because I haven't taken it the last 2 days. But that's what ended up happening. Once again, I do appreciate you for giving me a second chance, but just want to let you know I didn't lie to you last time I was here.
If you think that people and officers messed with you last time, what do you think is going to happen now?
I do understand that, sir.
You know, and
I do understand.
the only thing that I'm trying to impart to you is don't give them the ability to do that by smelling like alcohol, smelling like weed. Because when you get into a car, the faintest, funkiest smell of whatever, it's a great excuse for them to take you down.
Yes, sir. This time I did drink. I did not admit
Look,
that.
you don't
Yes,
have
sir.
to say anything now, but
Yes, sir.
I want you to appreciate the gravity of it, because when officers like me, I don't know you. I have but a mere 10 seconds, 20 seconds, maybe 5 minutes to get to know who Sydney Burroughs is.
Yes, sir.
One of the things I use to find out who you are is your record.
I understand.
So when an officer pulls you over, they're going to see DWI, theft. And I don't know if there's other things as well, because I don't get access to everything. But when they see that, they're going to be, holy moly. If they go up to your car, if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, if they have a DWI 1, if they have a DWI 2nd, and now they come up to you and they smell something,
I do understand.
don't give them ammunition to fire a gun at you. Life is hard enough as it is. Anyways, look,
Yes, sir.
done preaching. So just comply with these things and we will be happy.
Yes, sir.
Michael, and I'm going to tell you now that I will waive your court costs and your supervisory fees.
Thank you, Judge.
But if you come back with another DWI, I want you to understand that the next time on a second, you're facing around $6,000 at a minimum of supervisory fees, not to mention court costs of another $500-600. So it's on a second DWI, you're facing around $7,000.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir. I understand.
Get the message. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Which devices are we giving him?
So what do you have now? Do you have the scram?
Yeah, he liked the interlock, what they agreed to.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm okay with that. First, you got to get the interlock. Once you get the interlock, we'll take the scram off. I've been paying for your device now. While you're on probation, I can't pay for it. You're going to have to pay for that yourself.
Yes, sir. I understand.
But I'm going to, cut his fines and fees, please. I'm literally taking all the money away. Money is never the issue. It's doing what you're supposed to do in the time you're supposed to do it.
Yes, sir. I understand.
I really wish you the best of luck, Mr. Burroughs. We want the best for you. And we're just trying to make you get a clue. That's all. Just don't be a danger to the public. That's all we want.
Yes, sir. I understand.
All right, man. All right, good luck.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Is it Fernanda Solis Martinez?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, you're charged with criminal mischief. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge. On November 19th, 2024, the officer was dispatched to a residence in Harris County, Texas, in response to a family disturbance. Upon arrival, the officer met with the complainant, who stated that he and the defendant, his sister, got into a verbal argument that turned physical. Both parties admitted to striking one another, and the defendant walked over to the complainant's computer and began hitting the computer monitor with a PS5 controller, causing damage. The officer observed the monitor to be shattered, and there was also damage to the headset and controller. The complainant estimates the cost of damage to be $1,120.
Okay, Ms. Solis, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. How old are you, ma'am?
I'm 22.
Are you here with anyone today?
My what? I'm
Are
sorry.
you here with anyone today? What do you do for a living?
Nurse student in Memorial Herman.
Do you have any kind of income whatsoever?
I would say I make about 1,000 a year, 1,000 a week.
All right, would you like to apply for a court-appointed lawyer, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to have you fill out an application with Stephen. We need to work and we need to figure out what we're going to do because typically in these types of cases, I bar you from having contact with the complaining witness in this case, meaning that you're not allowed to have contact with your brother.
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't know where you live. I don't know if you live with him. So what I'm going to, don't say anything now. I have a bunch of DAs here. What you say could hurt you. I'll appoint you a lawyer today, but we need to find out the family dynamic because if you pick up a new case, you start acting a fool in the free world. I'm going to take the free world away from you and I'm going to put you in jail and I'm going to make your bond high. And you have to understand that if you don't have anyone that's going to post your bond, you will sit there in jail until this case is over with. And I'm going to tell you, it takes about 9 months just to get a 911 tape and all that you're working for, all that schooling to become a nurse. Where does it go? Right. So we'll figure out that here momentarily. So do not leave until we let you go though. Okay. Stephen's going to give you the application. I'll have you sign a receipt with Victoria and then we'll have you take a seat in the jury box, man. Please.
Yes, I'm here on Mr. Bruss. I hope I say this right. Barace Kane. 251-5735. Criminal mischief.
Okay.
And I thought we had a deal in place.
So he told us last time that he would have the $1,200 ready to go.
But they sent him a bill for 4,000.
Okay. Alex, what's up with that?
So the
What's up with that? What's up with that?
bill we have is for 3,900, 1575.
I have here my notes on 10/1, it was $1,200. I guess it changed.
This is for Mr. Kane. Yes.
Yeah.
The bill we have is stated the amount due is 39,1575. That's the amount due with the
Okay.
bill.
I guess let me speak to the chief and see what, because
Yeah,
I mean, understand it's not with me, it's whatever it was.
I got you.
My notes are all, can be wrong. Hey, I'm sorry to bother you.
No, it's okay.
This is Mr. Kane. In my notes here, I have it beginning of October, the restitution was at $1,200, but I'm guessing it's, or I'm being told it's more now. I don't know what happened.
The bill is 39,1575. Yes, and there's a receipt too for that.
So Judge, I think initially the confusion with the 1,000 is in the DIMS, the estimation was around $1,000. But when we talked to the complainant, received the invoices and the estimates, it's to the tune of $3,900.
Okay. That's what it is. I mean, it's, right, I can't argue with them. They got a bill. That's what they're saying it is. For you to get this case dismissed, that's what the DAs want. They want to make the other person whole. As if it had never happened, the criminal mischief had never happened. To put them in the same place is, what is it? What happened?
3,915.
Right, I understand, but what was it? Was it a car? Was it a computer? An elephant?
The door, Your Honor.
Wow, that's a hell of a door. Made of gold or what?
A mahogany door. So.
Okay. I don't know what to tell you, but your other option is to go to trial. You know, those are the two options that you can pay that money and they end up dismissing the case. You can accept another plea bargain if they have one.
Your Honor, there's no offers on the case right now besides the
You
restitution.
can, if you guys, Mr. Goins want, you can try to get a different plea bargain. The case is 160 days old, so I will only give you a couple more weeks, but at 180 days, we set cases for trial. So at that time, you need to let us know what you want to do. And if you have not reached a plea bargain agreement with the state, we end up setting your case for trial. I don't know. I don't want you to make a decision now. You guys need to go back and talk and just you guys decide what you would want to do. And you can always request a different plea bargain if you don't like the one that you have, but they don't have to do anything if they don't want to. It's the state and they reserve the right to, even if they don't want to, they don't have to give you a plea bargain. So I guess you guys step back and let me know what you want to
They
do.
have to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt.
So, Mr. Goins, before you guys leave today, just
I'll let you know.
just give me a heads up what you guys want.
I sure will. Thank you.
This way, sir.
I am putting some conditions on your bond now, Ms. Solis, okay? The two conditions I'm placing on your bond now is that you're not to have, or not to be in possession of any weapons. And I'm also ordering you not to have any threatening, harassing, or abusive contact with a Mr. Martinez, your brother.
Brother, yes.
Okay? I want you to understand what is threatening or harassing. Doesn't matter what you think is threatening or harassing. I could give a rat's behind what you think is threatening or harassing them. It's what he perceives. So if you get into an argument with him and you go, look, is that threatening, harassing? It is. And it can land you back in jail. If you pick up a new case, you violate conditions. No matter how old you are, I don't care. I'm going to put you in jail and I'm going to protect every person in my county. I don't care that it's your brother, it's your mother, father, whoever it may be. Do you understand? Ray, did you want to say anything?
No, Judge, we talked about the no threatening or harassing, and I've explained to her that the state is offering restitution. I just need to get the PTI contract and the restitution receipt so we can get all that paid.
You know, the other thing that you have to understand is that at some point you're going to start working, right? When you start building up a criminal record, employers look at this and they see that it's a potential liability because they may now think, wow, she now has this mischief. Even if it gets dismissed, people can still see it. Man, is she a danger? Is she going to explode on us if she loses her temper? That's what people think. You need to consider this. The older you get, your actions have consequences and it can really impact your future. If you want to become a nurse, this may, form a barrier for you. Consider this when you're out there in the free world. Do you have any questions?
I do. For the no weapons, is that like forever? Like for all my life, I can't have any weapons?
While this case is open.
While this case is open?
While this case is open, you're not to have any weapons whatsoever.
Okay.
We've given you a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Vasquez. You can see him on the TV there. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, you're not responding to phone calls, text messages, I will issue a warrant for arrest. Stay in contact, do what you're supposed to do, and then things will turn out well.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right? We'll have you sign this here now. We'll get you to sign a reset, and then after that, you're on your way. All right? Yes,
Happy
ma'am.
Thanksgiving.
You too.